My senior project was on house management. Part of this was because I'm moving out of the house within about a year and I'm a bit scared of the current housing market. So I decided to do this project on learning on how to build a house, but also the process of buying and selling and how much it would cost. And also to help with that, I did my research paper on it too. But first, before we get to that, let's do a bit of getting to know me. I am Samuel Ward. I'm a 17-year-old. I'm about to attend my senior year of high school at Thunder Ridge. I am a competitive gymnast for Madison Gymnastics Center. I've been doing that for about 9 years now. It's been mostly everything I do. I do it 5 days a week for 3 hours, a lot of time. I also coach gymnastics on the side for as like the job I did beforehand. I also do speech and debate through school, and also competitive cooking through FCCLA, also through school. I have three brothers: Porter, Taylor, and Quentin. Quentin's supposed to be before Taylor. They are Porter's 2 years younger than me. Quentin's 5 years younger than me, and Taylor's 6.5 years young, 7 years younger than me. Yeah. My dad is the owner of Guardian Homes and also manages houses. He's the one that gave me the idea to go into this for my senior project. My mom is an amazing crocheter and loves to 3D print and is amazing at everything. My mentor was Brian Price. He owns BJP, a carpeting company. He also is a manager and contractor for Guardian Homes. He's also like my dad's best friend, which is how I got to know him, and who my dad suggested for me to help do my mentorship, and was able to be very helpful. He does this as his main job for most of the time, but also helps run all of his crews through BJP. BJP doing almost everything in construction, including concrete, framing, trimming, roofing, basically everything. So he helped me get a hold of his crews a lot easier too. About my project. First, I started off with just framing. First, my idea was just frame the house, but of course, the house I decided I was going to frame was not able to get to that process early enough for me to actually complete it. So my dad gave me the idea to just see if I can talk to Brian and manage the entirety of the house. Doing so would mean I would have to call the subcontractors, be able to call subcontractors, go help them out, but also doing stuff on the side to help me learn how it's supposed to be done so it can be done to the right level it's supposed to be. I also helped, including that with smaller projects, including I helped build a chicken coop on the property that the houses I'm helping manage is going on, as well as working on the landscape, since my dream job is to go into landscape architecture, which is a major part of the landscaping process on this property would include. I also helped with whatever process they needed to get done with getting the footings in, as that's how far we got the house done. But I also will be helping continue with the house afterwards until the house is completely done. The side projects I worked on while I was doing this was the chicken coop, of course, which was a huge chicken coop that was going to be on the house, on the same property. This picture right here is the interior. Where we were working on building a wall for the chickens to live inside with a storage space on the other side. This is a picture with me inside the run. This is with this process, I first started out by laying down Lego block type things of foam that would be put into, which built basically the entirety of the walls. And then we laid concrete inside of them, building a foundation and holding it all down. And then I helped put up the roof. And then of course I helped call plasterers and they helped us plaster all these walls along this and made it so then it was easier, so then it's a clean, nice surface that's easily washable. That way when the chickens poop on the walls or at all, they can pressure wash it and help clean off the walls, which would be very helpful. And then, of course, in this picture, we framed the walls, helping build up the spot where the chickens can live, and then there's a storage spot. Part of this process also included building a feeder, which is a giant box of wood that came down and let the chickens reach in their mouths and feed, and then also a water collection system which ran from the roof into rain gutters that collected water to give to the chickens. And then it ran through this. There's a metal grate right here that goes into a side canal and stuff. Additional side projects I helped work on were I helped out Brian on a house that another house he's managing that is going to be the parade house for Guardian Homes. This will be I was helpful by helping clean up the areas, including helping trim one of the garage doors while it was there. That was like the main side projects I worked on. The main house. So when I started working on the main house, the first step was calling all the subcontractors. This is a major step that got me out of my comfort zone, since I'm not really comfortable calling strangers and talking to them and stuff. So this very much was like getting me out of my comfort zone and getting me used to it. I sat usually inside my mentor's office and sat there with my computer with the scheduling app, which is, I want to say, Buildertrend. I had Buildertrend open, used that for scheduling, and I'd sit there with my mentor, and he would give me the numbers, and I'd go out, call them, and then get them scheduled and put them into the app, which was using the app was super helpful, but just calling and talking to them was very much out of my so far. Then we got the foundations dug out, so we can put concrete in them. So we did that process. That took a bit of work, and then that one I didn't help, but I helped call and make sure we got people there, and I watched it. I want to say 2 weeks ago or a week ago, we finally have gotten concrete foundations in. These concrete foundations will be what will be holding up the house, and then the basement walls as well. This is a major part of the house, and after we get this and the basement poured, we can start framing, which framing will take up majority of the time of the house. But I have learned from Brian and others on Brian's crews on how to start framing by doing small projects such as working on the other house and the chicken coop. Also, I helped around the property by moving dirt and other things to help them get trucks and stuff in there. This is also one of the ponds. This is the pond on the property that I helped watch get dug out and helped plan out and form with my mentor, and it was very good to get that for my hope to go into landscape architecture. Of course, the house is not done. Sadly, cannot build a house in 2 months. It's just not feasible. But I will be gladly keep working with Brian to help fully complete the house, and and complete it by hopefully next spring should be when it's ready to get done and moved into. This house is being built as a guest house for the owners to live in while they build their main house. But it is a tiny, small house that I will be helping finish. But yeah, I'll be helping work with that for next 10 months, basically, working with Brian and the others on the crew to help get this house completely done. My research paper. My research paper was one thing that mainly got me into the idea of this project is the idea of owning my own house. Of course, so owning my own house includes buying my own house, which includes prices and other things. So I decided my research paper should be on why the building cost or house cost altogether are moving up or increasing dramatically. One thing that is huge right now, the housing market has been out of control, partly because of huge amounts of increase in interest rates, but also the increasing cost of labor, land, and other resources. Mainly one of them being lumber. We can see this through lumber prices shooting up drastically during the 2020 pandemic, when the lumber was stopped at the border and we had a major lumber decrease. We can see this a lot throughout it all. I mainly focused on Idaho, seeing as it is our home state, but it made me help me learn how economically our state is with houses, but also see how feasible it would be for me to buy a house in the future, and how much I need to start saving now before I can even hope to get one in the future. Thank you, and any questions? Ford.
What's a subcontractor?
So a subcontractor is somebody that runs a crew, such as a framing crew, a concrete crew. One of them is a guy named Roy, who runs a foundations crew, which is the main guy I've been talking to lately, just because we were getting those foundations in. But that is subcontractor is something that focuses on a certain aspect of the house.
Who are you building the house for?
I'm building a house actually for my parents. It's gonna be their house, their guest house. Any other questions? Nope. Okay, thank you.